Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance, where today we're going to try to unlock the Ace of Spades card, which is one of the few things that I still have left to do that's a secret that's not immediately obvious. To do that, you have to beat the lamb without picking up hearts, coins, or bombs. So that's the only requirement, and as such, we're going to make this as easy as possible for ourselves. We're going to play on normal mode, one of the maybe only runs on normal mode in this whole playthrough. We're going to play with Tainted Lilith, and we are going to input a seed, which is gone soon. There we go. Pickups timeout. That thing's going to be useful primarily for one specific room. I'll explain in just a second what it does, but let's get this run started. Because the seed it's not obvious what it does from the get-go. We can still unlock achievements while it is active, which is nice. But I guess this room will explain it adequately enough. If we wait here long enough, eventually the pickups start blinking. And if we leave and re-enter the room, the pickups will stop blinking and just be back again. But if we wait long enough, 7 seconds I think, then they will disappear and they will be gone forever. And really the only reason why that seed is particularly useful is, well, because we need to not pick up coins or bombs and hearts and such, so we can just wait for the things to disappear. And there's one specific room layout where that is actually a problem. Also, items disappear after that amount of time as well, so you do have to pay some amount of attention while playing this. And yeah, there's a lot that can very accidentally go wrong. It used to be the strategy was that you'd play as either Azazel or as the Lost. Nowadays you have a bit more room to play around because you can just punch these things around with either Tainted Azazel or Tainted Lilith as well. But like I said, it was a little bit rough occasionally because there is just one room layout, which is just a vertical strip with holes on the sides, and if an item spawned there that was in the way, you just wouldn't be able to get away from it. So that's the only reason why the seed is active, really. And we're just also hopefully not going to come across that room because it can be a little tedious. But it's very easy to accidentally pick up something you don't want to pick up. I have the everything jar as an active item right now, which is, it can be useful. Well, that's kind of interesting, but not when you're not getting coins. We can still get hearts from health ups. We can still get coins from the quarter. Because at that point you're technically not picking up the consumable, you're just picking up an item that happens to give you coins or hearts and stuff like that. And you can get Bob's Curse and you'll have 5 bombs, stuff like that. Like, it's similar to Ultra Hard in a way, in that you can't pick up health normally, but not similar to Ultra Hard in the sense that life isn't miserable all the time, and you actually have some chances. So there is some good stuff about this. The Everything Jar might give us some golden keys, which can be useful at least. I don't think it can give me batteries. It can give you cards as well. I think Eternal Hearts also count as picking up hearts, so we're just not going to do that. The card's a little tempting, actually, because there are some good cards out there, which would be kind of nice. An Emperor card or something like that would just make life a little bit easier. Chariot can make you not die, stuff like that. But we'll just move on. It is fairly likely that we're going to reach boss rush, so that's kind of nice. Simply due to the fact that we're going to be playing at a reasonable speed, basically. Golden key, there we go. Since we didn't have a key yet, that's kind of nice. The fortune cookie, I think, can give us soul hearts and maybe cards, but also just a lot of nothing, and simultaneously it's, I can't pick up the hearts, so that's just kind of unfortunate. We did get a soul heart from Binky, so that we get to keep that one, which is nice. Also for rooms like this, would have been nice to have flight like with Azazel or something like that, because it does make life a little bit easier. Also, the main reason why the Lost is a choice for this challenge is just because you have flight and you can't accidentally pick up red hearts, and that can just be really useful. But so far so good. We have Gemini here. Not a problem. I'm actually just gonna focus down the small one, I think, as per usual, as this particular one isn't attached to it, and does make it a little bit easier to make sure you're not accidentally hitting the big one. Makes the end of the fight a little bit easier. I think I picked up a soul heart at the end there. I think that the boss actually just dropped a soul heart that I picked up by accident because suddenly my health is one higher than it should be. So we're resetting. That's the fun part of this challenge, that can happen, and that ends the run. It's an unfortunate thing. We didn't really have much of a build at that point anyway, and we were pretty early on. But this is also why I want to make this challenge as easy for myself as possible, because it's mostly tedious. Little chest is a little risky to take just because it can drop things you don't want to pick up. But I'm just gonna go with it. It can obviously drop coins, hearts, keys, all that stuff. Keys would be the more useful part, of course, but fair enough. It's an item. Occasionally it might end up being worthwhile just to get that extra key at the end of the day. Just making sure that the seed is actually still active. Yeah, it is. Okay, nice. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of this for a while until we reach the end without accidentally picking up a heart. And it's hopefully not going to be too bad. I managed to do a couple practice runs of this, and it didn't really take that long to do, like, get a couple victories as well. And I do find that this character is just very good at making that happen. It is just very easy to accidentally not be in the correct place. Adoption papers? I guess. It's unlikely that we're going to get much use out of that trinket, but might as well. We got that from the little chest, I think, which is why 2 items dropped there. And then you have rooms like this. Technically, you can get into a situation where it would be valuable to not have the pickups disappear instantly, because it might be that you want to reach a chest or something a little bit later, or an item pedestal. Because technically there are ways to get bombs, and you might miss out on a couple things that way, but I'm willing to accept that. Also, a hangman card wouldn't be too bad. This is a little bit better than the trinket that was effectively nothing, so we're just going to take that instead. Couldn't have spawned an extra couple of flies. We'll blow that up just to see if it was a small rock or not. Not sure if I would go for the small rock with this character, but we did get a speed up on the previous floor, so it wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world. But the speed down of the small rock can be rather tedious. Like stuff like this as well. This is also a way where you can actually get a bomb situation going. Bob's Rotten Head also not too terrible against bosses, so that's nice. But now we would also be able to grab that key right there. Actually, I guess we might be able to just grab it by doing this. Yeah. With a lot of effort, we might be able to get this key. If we can, there we go. And that's why this character also just kind of ends up working out at times. I would like actually to do this, and then we can get that old chest with a whole bunch of pills inside. I'm not gonna risk that. That doesn't seem like a great idea. I do want to play this as consistently as possible right now. That's Soul of Jacob and Esau. Yeah. That can be useful if we get, like, who knows? It can be useful if we get a sacrifice room, I guess, and that's just about it. But we're just gonna move on. I will be going for angel rooms just because you can get stuff like Sacred Heart, which will just give you extra health. I don't really have health to spare during this challenge, so I do want to just play it as safe as possible. It was nice that we got a damage up from the boss there. Grade chests usually aren't super interesting either, so unless I can open them very easily, I probably won't bother. Plus you have the danger of just accidentally getting a coin or something out of it and losing the run entirely, so obviously I'd rather not bother too much. But so far so good. If we can keep up this pace, that would be nice. The nice thing about normal mode is that it is genuinely a lot easier than hard mode. I say as I don't dodge a tear at all because I thought there was a rock in the way. Genuinely did. But the tears of the enemies are a lot slower. I feel like you get cursed less. I don't know if that's actually true, but it certainly feels that way. And that little bit of extra help does help out a lot, I would say, in the long run. Yeah, just walked right into that and then picked up a bomb. So much for that run. It's a good time. It's a great time indeed. It's interesting. When I wasn't recording, I had a lot less effort to actually just walk to the center of the room and not pick up a thing. But this time around, it's clearly happening a little bit more. But that's the joy of the challenge. It's all about never walking to the center of a room. I even have a seed active to make sure that I don't do that by accident. And yet, I'm doing it by accident repeatedly. Well. It's still, if we get a successful run, it still shouldn't take that long, is the thing. And it is a little tempting not to attack Lil Plum right here, just to get that Plum Flute, but at the same time, I could really use a health up or something like that, just for the sake of having a little bit more. But tier 8 is accepted as well. Pretty quick basement 1. This is the power of Tainted Lilith combined with not wanting to really do anything on a floor, or really even be able to do anything on a floor. So, if anything, even the runs we lose, if we lose like 5 times, it's probably still going to be quicker than a regular run. So it's interesting for sure, in its own little way. Like, there's an Eternal Heart there. I'd love to pick it up, but I can't. There is a whole bunch of flames there. I'd love to destroy them. But there is unlikely to be anything I could actually pick up. I wouldn't be able to pick up the hearts. I wouldn't be able to pick up the coins. So there's, at that point, not really a reason to even try. I guess I'll take the pill, but that's not used immediately. Technically, it could be Balls of Steel. It could be Health Up. Health Up can specifically be useful because of the heals you get from a health up item afterwards, so that might work out. Technically, we could also get something like PhD with very specific circumstances, so it can technically work out. It can technically work out, but it certainly is not guaranteed. But it still would be nice if we could get a decent pill pool for sure. Simultaneously, though, we could get like bad stuff. We could get a bad trip, and then suddenly most of my health is gone because we just don't have that much. So I can't really play around with it too much, unfortunately. Bosses like this are also just nice because they die so quickly, but again, gotta watch out for the potential health that they can drop, of course. Just gonna move on. My tier rate's getting pretty good, which I'm happy about because tier rate on this character is a wonderful thing to have. It does make that whip attack come out a lot quicker. Having said that, if you get something like soy milk, there is a cap to how quickly you can whip this, and soy milk does not help in that endeavor, but regular tiers up items are certainly wanted. And they're helping out a lot. Sacrifice rooms, I could check them out, but I mean, it's very unlikely that we can realistically do anything in there, so I'm usually just not going to bother. That heals a red heart, but I just don't see that being relevant right now, unfortunately, because it's unlikely that we're going to use a pill on this floor, but at least we also get some extra spiders out of it, which can be useful. It's nice that we're getting 1 key per floor, because that's roughly how many we need anyway. And we can attack this one from an edge like that. Hagalaz could actually be okay. If we find like a crawl space somehow, we could technically find a woo item, and then we could use Hagalaz to destroy the rocks. There could be something in the middle of a room that we can pick up with Hagalaz as well, so it's not immediately terrible. Mostly because we cannot pick up bombs. So hopefully that's going to work out. It might just be nothing, but either way, it's okay. That is technically health. It's a bone heart, so that'll do. Gotta watch out for those hearts, though. And 7 seals is not terrible. It's not terrible. Does this work? It does work. You can actually use Hagalaz to destroy an angel statue to fight the angel. Which I'm primarily doing to increase my angel room chances here. So I'm hoping that because we're doing this, we can get that key piece and turn that into something good. Or at least that little bit of extra angel room chance. Rooms like this as well, you gotta watch out that the hearts are not right in front of the door. Or just like slightly moving in front of it, so once you leave, you accidentally pick up the heart. Very easy mistake to make for this run, and very frustrating way to lose your run as well, so hopefully we can avoid that as much as possible. Now, unfortunately, it only increases your angel room chances by a little bit, of course, to pick up the key piece, but it's still more than nothing. I'm just gonna get rid of that because I don't trust myself. I'm not feeling the bomb there for some reason. I feel like I'm gonna have to backtrack. With like this many directions to go into from the starting room, there's a decent chance our item room is somewhere where we haven't seen yet. And I'd like to have as little consumables as possible blocking my path in that direction. So let's just play it safe. We actually gotta watch out for red hearts right now because of that bone heart, which kind of sucks. But I do like having extra health, so it's... yeah, pluses and minuses, I suppose. It was pros and cons, I guess, if you want to be technical about it. But I still think it's worth it, just because after you get to a point where you do need health. And I just want to take anything I can get, really. Plus, I think it gives you tier 8 as well, the item that gave us the bone heart in the end of the day, so... yeah, we're just gonna have to go with it. Sigil of Baphomet is definitely better than the panic button in my current situation, for sure. There is certainly a chance that we could have made use of that panic button with whatever items still come our way, but I don't know, I'm feeling it. The Sigil of Baphomet has not ever let me down, really. So we're just gonna hope that the streak remains. There we go, yeah. Okay, never mind. Too dangerous. That got way too close already. And we already have a key anyway. We have a golden key as well, so it's not like we particularly need more keys. That is more syringes. But actually, it's our first syringe because we got that other syringe a run ago. So much for that. That's a shame. I really shouldn't be clearing out every room, I suppose, either, just because there's not really a point. I'm not really going for consumables. But technically, we could get a golden chest as a room clear reward, and that could then lead to a good item, like a health up or something like that. So it's vaguely worthwhile, but certainly probably puts us in more danger than it is ultimately worth. So yeah, we're just gonna leave all that alone. We're done with the floor here anyway, so we're just gonna move on. Might as well check out the shop while we're at it. Have a fun little greed fight. Why not? And I guess I'll take 50% off. If we can get a quarter, then that can lead to being able to purchase a couple things in the shop. So it might end up being worthwhile. It's just very unlikely. And the amount of spiders and things we're dropping right now is actually pretty good. That is tier 8 and nothing else. Because we can't pick up the hearts. I'd really like just, like, lunch. It's rare to ask for that, but I really would appreciate just a very basic health up. Just to give me a red heart container, because it really genuinely would make my life a lot easier. Not really too bothered about that golden chest disappearing, because unless we get flight somewhere along the line, it wasn't really likely that we could open it anyway. Admittedly, we can get flight from an angel room, of course. But not guaranteed. There is a lot. There's a number of items. The Bible would work. The dead dove, stuff like that. There is the chalice or whatever it's called that gives you flight and a heart container. That one would be really nice right now. I would appreciate it. Get out of here. But we'll see if we even get another angel room. It would be nice. The odds are not terrible. They're certainly in my favor for once, so that is appreciated. But usually, usually when you really want an angel room, the devil shows his face and ruins your day, because that's them classic little Satan things at the end of the day, isn't it? Oh, God. And that's why we're killing Satan during this run, because we're a little grumpy about the whole situation, and we want to rectify that. And that's the only reason. Getting a lot of keys now, though. So that's nice. If we can get some golden chests to go along with that, that can end up being useful. We accidentally opened up a secret room, and by accident I mean of course on purpose. Okay, this is a not great room, and we're just gonna let those coins disappear before we actually start fighting. Because that could have been bad. The downside with the whip is that it can throw consumables in kind of weird directions at times, which makes it very easy to accidentally pick one up. And that is not what we're looking for right now. In most instances, it's not a bad deal, but in this particular one, I obviously want to avoid it as much as I can. But we're still well on the way. I think that room could have actually maybe been a problem as well. We lost our bone heart there, that kind of sucks. I guess we got hit by the thing there, that kind of blows. Yeah, I wonder if a pickup could spawn here and just block your path entirely. That would be pretty mean. Pokeball, I mean, I guess. It's fine. It can be good. It has its moments, for sure. Hopefully today will be one of those moments. Yeah, let's go. The gates. Alright. That's fair enough, I suppose. As far as bosses go, this doesn't need to be the most tricky one, but it does cost 3 attacks before we kill one of those legs, but fortunately the creep managed to deal with the situation. We did lose our bone heart, which is actually good. We also got placenta, which is healing. And Celtic Cross, which, I mean, it offers a little bit of extra defense, so it's not immediately terrible. There are certainly better Angel Room items out there, but still, it's better than nothing. At least it can provide an extra bit of shielding, and that can be useful. But I guess I am kind of happy that we lost the bone heart, because it really does make red hearts a lot less dangerous. So that's at least kind of good. Arguably a blessing. Very arguably. But I would make that argument. Just because we are so desperate to not pick up anything right now. Oh, that was a long freeze. That's a new one. I don't think I've had it freeze for that long before. That froze so long that I was getting a little worried. But it worked out, fortunately. There we go. I'm just not even going to bother. There's too many flies in that area, and I don't want to deal with any of them. We are just going to move on in this direction. Now, the nice thing about Placenta is, just like with Ultra Heart, we can't technically use it to heal, but it is a fairly miserable experience. I don't really have a way to get that full card, unfortunately. If I could, I absolutely would. We might be able to get a bomb from our item room on this floor. That's realistically the only way I can see that one happen. But we could maybe get like a teleportation item from the boss rush as well. We could get a teleportation item from a card, just randomly dropping. Also not impossible. I could just take damage from some very slow tears flying in my direction, like I just did. Many options indeed. It's an 11 minutes depths too. Like that's the weird thing about a run like this, because you're just so actively not trying to get a winning build, but just trying to play in a very specific way. It can lead to good stuff. It can lead to good stuff for sure. I don't know if I should gamble on pills. It's very tempting to me right now. Can I capture these? No. Wasn't sure if I could capture one of those white skulls that are just invulnerable, but unfortunately not. Not sure if this does anything for me. It bounces it around, obviously, but that's about it. Alright. Lovers can't really use that. Yeah, pretty rough floor. Fair enough. Unfortunately, can't put Mom's foot in a Pokeball either. But fortunately, these enemies do give me plenty of shields with the Sigil of Baphomet. I'm hoping that that extra protection will keep us safe and sound. Mostly. Downside with Blue Mom is that the enemies she spawns do have a little bit more health, and thus getting the shield can be a little bit more tedious, and of course, the hand attack happened just as we didn't have a shield. Ah, well. Need to get this, obviously, otherwise we can't go to the lamb. Is not really much of anything there. I mean, suplex is fun, but that's really the only thing I could see there that would be vaguely worthwhile. Ugh. I'm keeping Yara for the dark room. The main thing we'd be able to get out of that would be Dead Cat, and that would just give us a lot of opportunities to, well, mess up, really. And that can be useful. I don't really have another place where Yara would realistically do anything. Surprising that that Mimic doesn't attack me when I'm attacking with the thing, but fair enough, I guess. Oh yeah, I have that. I forgot about that entirely, but it's also very fiddly to use. Also, just like to appreciate the fact that that red heart absolutely got slam dunked into my face right there, and fortunately I didn't pick it up because I'm not missing red hearts yet, but that would have been a cool way to lose a run. I do hope we're gonna get like a decent angel room or something, or maybe just a health up, another one, because quite frankly my health situation is dire and I really am getting to the point where I need something to work in my favor, because right now this is not really a build that wins a game, and I kind of need a little bit more. So hopefully we can get something a little bit more for sure. That would be lovely. We'll find out soon enough, I suppose, especially if the floor has no enemies inside it. I will take you. I think that could actually be kind of useful during the... Well, let's do it here. Yep. Yeah, this seems pretty good. That's a pretty good friend. Speed up, size down. I'm just gonna risk it. Perks. Alright. Good to know that's in the pill pool at least. We didn't get a devil deal or angel room, which kind of blows. I will check out this pill as well. Gulp. Alright. Well, it's a good pill pool. It's a little awkward to use, but perks, if we can find another one of those, then that can end up being useful. We have one more chance of an angel room or devil deal, unless we get one via a red chest, but quite frankly the odds of that are usually not that great. At least the door will open on this floor, so that's good. Unless I take red heart damage, which is not impossible. Certainly not impossible, especially with rooms like this. Come on. The eye is doing his best. Very his best, actually. It's a very useful enemy. Especially when the other enemies don't bother to attack the eye. It is very useful. Very much appreciated. We can probably get that golden chest with a little bit of effort. If it doesn't disappear, of course. No health up. That's really the only thing I would have wanted from that. Wheel of Fortune. This is getting real fiddly. This is getting in a pretty rough situation right here. I really would like one thing to work in my favor. Would really help me out a lot. Oh god. Oh no. Oh god. I was in that brimstone for a good while. Fortunately, I think the horse ended up killing a couple enemies, which gave me my shield for a while. Because I don't think otherwise I would have not taken damage there. So I was in there. Worked out, but still, it's not exactly a very good way to make sure you're not taking damage. My eye died somewhere along the line, and that kind of sucks. That was a brimstone eye, and that is just a really useful friend to have. Oh well. The rib occasionally making tears go in the opposite direction, which is nice. There we go. One more angel room. Can it be good? Well, kinda. It's health. I'll take that. It's also a little bit of extra defense, so quite frankly, It's about as good as it's probably gonna get, right? I'm surprised I still have a black heart, actually, but fair enough. Oh, right, it healed up because I had half a black heart, I think. I think that's what happened. It adds up, don't worry about it. Cool room. Magician? Could be useful, but I think Yara's ultimately just gonna be better. I don't know if I want to gamble that. It doesn't seem like the greatest idea. Admittedly, I'm not exactly in a good situation here, but it's probably just not a good idea. It depends on how this floor goes, I guess. Given the current circumstances, I don't hate the idea, but I'm not loving the idea is really the main thing. Careful now. Okay, yep, tried to run away from that as quickly as I could and still wasn't fast enough. Yeah, it's getting to the point where that 6 is becoming more tempting, but who knows, who knows. The floor is fairly nasty so far, which I'm not loving. I mean, a room like this is not too bad because the shield is just going to keep you alive forever, but some of these other rooms, like having just 2 of those really tanky bosses in a room is just a really good way to lose health. Especially in a build that doesn't deal that much damage. It's just not that strong. You can get some really powerful builds in a run like this, and instead we did not really get much of anything. You can get like Maggie's Faith, the trinket, and you'll just have an Eternal Heart at the start of every floor, and you won't have any health problems at all. And we unfortunately didn't get anything like that. We didn't really get any damaging items either, so it's just a big worry. I'm also not really using that Pokeball, I guess, but I feel like that shouldn't really be my main worry. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's that. Oh god, don't do that. I mean, the soul might protect me from the tier. Nope, did not do anything for me, really. Oh my god. It's a tier kind of day. No brimstone for Satan. Whew. Very close. Watch out for the socks, but other than that, we're pretty much good here. Please don't spawn in a bad place. That would be ideal. Good. Alright, we're good. We're fine. We're in a great situation. we can get 8 Devil Deal items here, maybe. It can lead to something good. I have faith. Nope. 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 Well, kind of. Oh god. Right. Okay. This is a bit rough, but we can make this work, kind of. Yeah, that's just gonna have to be it. 3 soul hearts. Technically more health than we started with. If we find any health containers somewhere along the line, we can turn that into more health. Arguably, it's a good thing. But I am a little concerned about doing the dark room with 3 hearts, but we'll see what happens here, I guess. We also have the Baphomet shield, so it's not just 3 health, but it is gosh darn close is what it is. Don't be mean, please. Probably shouldn't have done that in that order, but I made my choices. You are playing this like an absolute bastard, but that's okay. Everything's fine. That's 2 bombs. I'm just gonna make them disappear for a while before I, in a panic, run back and run over those. 3 carrying queens. I mean, as far as big rooms go, this is fine. It's at least not a whole bunch of deaths or something like that, so I'll take it. It's the one that spawns hearts usually, but I'm not really seeing that happen. I think he tried to spawn an enemy once, but nothing really came out. Yeah, that's odd. It's okay. It's just a little odd. I can deal with oddness. Little bit unexplainable perhaps, but maybe it's just because there's multiple of them and that just kind of ruins the whole spawning of hearts situation that this boss has going on for it sometimes. God, my damage is not good for this character. This should not take this many hits to kill a boss like this, but there you go. Not sure if I was always hitting it either, just because I think I was hitting the front part a lot and it still makes like the sound of that you hit something, but not technically hit it, which can be a little rough. That's a lot of bombs. Don't like this very much, but we can make it work. Let's deal with one at a time, as per usual. Don't like to be that close to the bosses, but it's working out, it's fine. A lot of bombs at the end of the day in this room, and again, I will just take a second here. Let them go away. Oh god, don't like this room one bit. Oh no, I don't like this room at all. Yeah, that's a lot of tears. Fortunately, I think I just had my Baphomet shield as the tears were starting to hit me from that other one, so it worked out perfectly. Perfectly according to plan. Battery. Did not get a single chest yet, which is a little unfortunate, but fair enough. Yeah. Cool enemy type. A bomb. A lot of bombs that we can't pick up, but no other things. Very nice. Oh god, where are you going? At least War is doing his best, and I can appreciate that. Come on. Please just give me one item, though. Like, jeez. Alright, technically that's at least one. I just don't really have the health to do that. I should, though. Yeah, I definitely had to do that. Right. Can't wait. Oh my god. Just give me something, you know? There is a battery still. I mean, I brought it to myself that I can't wait for stuff. It's on me, ultimately. I'm just irritated by it. One more chance of getting just an item that helps with the lamb boss fight, please. Because all of this is just not that good. Sure. I should not have run out like that as a pill there. Oh well. Let's go, Monstro, you and me. I believe. That's a lie, I don't believe that much. I'm not very confident about this fight whatsoever. Oh, good. Yeah, you are in a great place for that attack, that's for sure. Alright, there you go. Monstrous 2. Yes, spawn flies, that's actually good for me. Thank you very much for the sweet gift of many flies that you decided to spawn. Come on. Please die quicker. I hope that counted. I really hope that that counted for the doing. Hey, there we go. We did it. Truly one of the more irritating unlocks in the game, and fortunately there is a lot of cheese going on to allow it to be just a little bit simpler, but it's, I don't care for it. I do not care for it. It's a big mess. But we have the Ace of Spades. It's similar to the Ace of Clubs and Hearts in that it turns every enemy and thing, chest, whatever, into a key in that room, and it can be pretty useful. But the unlock for it is just tedious enough that I tend to save it for the very end, because the card itself, while being pretty good, it's just, it's fine, but not really worth the hassle usually. But we've gotten to a point where we have to do something, and that's what we did. Plus we get to do another Tainted Lilith run because of it, so that's a victory for me. Either way, hope y'all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll be doing another run with Tainted Lost, I guess, because it's the last thing that is remaining, and I hope to see y'all there. Bye-bye.